Eric, what's been the reaction to Leonard Fournette's decision to skip this bowl game and focus on his NFL career?
It's been mixed. It really has. And I think the big thing that people need to know nationwide is, this isn't simply a guy that's just skipping this bowl game to prepare for the NFL draft overall. This is a guy who's been hurt since before the season began. Less than 2 weeks before the opener with Wisconsin is when Leonard Fournette suffered an ankle injury. It's been lingering all season long. He had 4 games this year. He didn't play at all. Make it 5 if you count the Florida game as well. So the bottom line is Leonard Fournette is getting himself healthy and ready for the upcoming NFL draft. It's not the fact that he's just skipping this game to protect himself and get himself ready for the next phase of his career. This is a guy who needs to get healthy, hasn't been healthy all season long, and I think that's the biggest factor here that's getting overlooked. And, it's obviously been the buzz right now around the country, especially when McCaffrey jumped on board as well, about what these players should do in these bowl games that may not be in the playoffs. It all boils down to Leonard Fournette trying to get himself healthy, and I think that's where the reaction, even though that the reaction, people are obviously disappointed they're not going to see number 7 suit up one more time. I think everybody fully understands, what LSU football has meant to Leonard Fournette and what he's trying to do right now in terms of just getting himself right and ready for the upcoming draft.
Last time we had Eric on, and I mentioned that I was a Mizzou alum, so I saw with my own eyes Darius Geis run up and down the field on my Missouri Tigers. So my question to you here, Eric, is now that Geis is that bell cow for the LSU offense, how much of a drop-off really is there between Leonard Fournette and Darius Geis, if there is any drop-off?
Yeah, I think you answered your question right there. Not a drop-off. Different type of runners, obviously. Fournette, more a powerful runner, and Geis, obviously, the shifty. The guy has just been unreal, especially those 4 games we talked about where Leonard Fournette didn't play. In those 4 games, Geis has almost 800 yards rushing in those 4 games alone. He's averaging, all know, 8.0 yards per carry, but even go higher in those games that he started. As a starter, he's averaging 8.5 yards a carry. He's been unreal this year, especially when LSU has needed him the most. The future is extremely high for this young man, the sophomore out of Catholic High in Baton Rouge. He's going to be one of the guys that will be on display on New Year's Eve morning when they face Louisville. Everybody wants to know about Geis, especially with Leonard Fournette not being there. It's going to be number 5, getting the rock quite a bit. And he's coming off a game, guys, 285 yards rushing. He broke the LSU single-game record in that game, and he beat it by 1 yard over Leonard Fournette, who did it earlier with 284 against Ole Miss.